Anissa made him eat a bunch of food before Creator Clash to make weight, so he could barely throw punches from how bad he felt. Kate instantly agreed that his body odor is not good when asked. During the 2 times a day training period, he wouldn't shower in between the sessions and would stink so bad that others would make faces at them. Michael had to move him away to the corner so others couldn't smell him when training.
Ew.
All right, keep reading them there, Jane.
Yep. Anissa tried to put on music at the gym for an hour. A coach said she'd take her off the gym music, and she got offended. Michael said it wasn't really gym music, and it was quote-unquote 12-year-old girl emo music.
You don't say. I want to go over all of them. Now, obviously, Coach Mike. Yes, I do. Every single one of them. Right? I might let some of them go slide, but you see it easy timing it. But especially the one, I can't wait. The one, you know, my favorite one already.
Yeah.
Okay, so this guy, Coach Mike, on there, and I'm sure he's exaggerating on something. I just didn't think it was a lot. Apparently, they did dirty. I don't know if I can agree with him everything, but Jesus Christ, if like 20% of this is true, and they didn't respond,
It's still nuts.
It's
No,
so.
not the-
I might have some questions. Getty Images. All right, let's start. These are basically talking points because I don't want to go through the whole video. Nick did a better job than I. He's probably going to put the video out tomorrow. Go watch it. I'm going to do it this way instead. Go ahead.
All right. So first one is Anissa rented out a whole hotel for 300 people for Creator Clash, flying in many of them on her own dime, and then said she didn't have the money to fly in Ian's dad.
Huh? That's your fucking father-in-law.
Well, I mean, he used to yell at Ian, so next.
Wait a minute. Isn't she Muslim? I thought she was like an devout Muslim.
Yeah,
You're supposed to care about your in-laws, man.
Yeah. Go ahead. Just keep going.
All right.
Next
up, Michael had to train Anissa every half of the session. Ian said she, quote, needs to train. This was when Anissa had already dropped out.
Interesting. Hey, you know what I saw with Anissa though? I'll get to that later. All right. This is now it's getting good.
Okay.
All right.
She related Will Smith slapping Chris Rock to Ian having to defend her online.
Yeah, it ended up much the same way. He's the loser, but go ahead.
She was so dramatic that day that Ian couldn't even be trained. Will was Ian, and Ian had to slap people, ? I didn't understand this one at all. Editor's note, I believe this was in regards to the Froggy Fresh drama.
I understand it. She identified with that kooky wife of his.
Yeah, it was like all about the shit.
Yeah, he liked it. Like,
Yeah.
Will's cut. Yeah, she probably liked what she saw. Go ahead.
Next, they flew in Getty Images. Why? They thought it'd be that big.
What is Getty Images? I know they put the lines on the picture.
Yeah, it's just like a stock photo.
Yeah, but so that's
thing.
it's kind of high end or something like this. I don't even know.
Like they hire like a bunch of fancy photographers, pretty much.
Okay. All right. Okay. Yeah. Go ahead.
Anissa told Michael and Kate that they didn't have to go to the event. Of course, Michael saw Kate wanted to go to the event since those were people they helped train. Other coaches were invited, just not them. They felt pretty damn insulted that they weren't formally invited to this. Editor's note, I believe the event in question was the Gala, not Creator Clash 2 itself.
Yeah, it was the Gala, yeah.
That's funny. Well, you shouldn't have sounded like Ian's dad. Your daddy was mean to me, and now you're my coach. Next.
A month prior to Creator Clash 2, they knew there were 500K negative.
That's interesting.
Then why have the Gala?
Because she wanted it. Remember I told you these people do anything, even if it's like it hurts them.
Yeah, but like I thought like it was all about charity.
Get the fuck out of here. I'm kidding. I actually wonder. I'm starting to wonder if Ian actually. I think he actually believed it. But go ahead.
He asked Ian to do 2 boxing sessions a day at a certain point because his brand was on the line. He did none of the needed cardio for the first event, which is what Michael thinks made him lose the fight.
Yeah, I see that.
Don't do what you're told. Well, my dad used to tell me what to do. Next.
They cut out tons of training sessions to go look for a new house, and he moved into the new house the week before they flew to Florida for Creator Clash.
Jesus, that's so stressful. What a pain in the ass. That's the last thing I'd want to think of.
Yeah, I don't know why the hell they would do that.
Yeah, that's wild, right? Next.
Yeah. For Creator Clash 2, he told Ian to do a 2 times a day training again, saying his brand was at stake. The next day, Anissa comes in super mad, saying that her brand is at stake. 500k in the hole. The fighters did not know about the 500k loss at that time. The Gala decisions were made while in the red. Of course, Anissa wanted to be the main character and be the one giving the awards.
Well, there you go. I think it's self-explanatory.
The brand,
every
bitch.
time you say why, just it's already there. Because want, it's the wanting. You hate that. I actually like that goddamn Sopranos movie. It's not perfect, but there's some really good parts in it. It's the wanting. That's what creates the problem. It's the wanting. I'm the only guy in the world who likes that movie. Go ahead.
Pretty much.
Mm-hmm. Michael says he got more clout working with Ethan than anyone else because Ian would never show the work he did.
Yeah, they were supposed to film a documentary that they just scrapped for CC1 and CC2, I believe.
Oh, okay. So they scrapped the documentary. Well, he has the right to scrap the documentary. He's not entitled to make the documentary, is he? Go ahead.
Michael says how everyone involved in the mess of Creator Clash gets shit on and called a fraud coach. Ian will not release the footage of training, so now Michael and Kate can't easily prove how much work they did with training.
They couldn't prove it either way. You can see you can have hours and hours of footage. Yeah. Okay. Interesting that you're concerned about that. Next.
Next up is Kate flat out calls what Anissa is doing abuse. They say Sam is right. Anissa ruined his life.
Yeah.
Oh, I saw this next one. Go ahead.
Ian said that Michael had, quote unquote, toxic masculine qualities.
Yeah, see, because they confuse. They think anybody that's traditionally macho or anything is toxic. And he's supposed to be.
Look at her. She's right there.
Half a homo like him. That makes you a good man. We can't wait till we get into one. Go ahead.
No, I was just going to read the long paragraph one. So, one time, the owner of the gym said he believes women shouldn't fight. Anissa got so offended that she said Ian needs to spar today, basically forcing him into it. In the fight, Ian freezes up and can't throw punches, and the other guy keeps getting punches in. 2 rounds in, Michael asks what he's doing and what's going on. So Ian goes on a show and talks about how he's getting yelled at by his coach. Ian didn't even have a mouthpiece that day, and they bought a $20 one from the gym and microwaved it to make it fit. Ian starts crying at the gym. They have a meeting at Denny's later, where Ian threatened to fire him because he reminds him of his father.
Fucking hell, man.
You know what else he did? The
daddy issues.
Jesus Christ. In fairness, I'm gonna do it because I am not a believer. Even though I make fun of those incel debater types, I do not believe that everybody needs to play football, needs to be super macho. I am not one of those guys. I think we are all born different, and there's place for the arty-farty types, and there's place for the more traditional males, for lack of a better word. There's a place, and sometimes
you actually don't need to interact with real people.
You're absolutely right. I should have been beaten by that pansy.
IDubbbz donated $5. I should have beaten that pansy harder.
So I bet, look, I saw it. I mean, it's impossible to tell from that last bit. That guy is talented. I saw it. I saw how gifted he was. I saw how entertaining he was. And he always dressed a little weird. And there are people out there like that. And they're different, and you can't deal with them. You can get in an athlete's face and say, come on, you fucking pussy, make it fucking happen. And if you're in a sporting contest, that works. That doesn't work with art. It doesn't work with a lot of things. It can work with athletics and stuff. And I bet if his dad was probably more traditional and saw he was already 40, didn't understand it, and then basically called him an F-slur a lot. And that sucks, and it's not right. I don't think it's funny, but it's not right. But I still think it's funny. I guess you can laugh at the skulls now. Idubbbz. But yeah, I think that's probably, there probably is some daddy issues here, and he probably takes everything to heart. That's another thing I noticed with the false confidence crowd. Like the ones I think of is always Zaptai, Elvis, and Bionic Pig. You know, the guy, like they're able to project this incredible confidence, and they have none of it. They're sissy boys. Yeah, I mean, I have a buddy right now, and I drink with him every so often, and we got into a situation a couple months ago where there may have been hands thrown, right? Nothing that we started anything. And I wasn't looking forward to 48 years old, but, you know, like, I ain't no punk, and, you know, sometimes you got to defend yourself and other people. And he basically told me, he was like, and I'm still buddies with the guys, man. He's like, I'm glad that shit didn't go down. I was like, why? It's like, man, I've never been in a fight before. I know I'd be trash. You know, I don't think he's any less of a man. He's just not who he is. He didn't grow up the way I did. You know, I don't think he is. And I think a lot of times guys like that and guys like Ian, they get macho. God plays a joke on them. They get macho dads, and the macho dad doesn't know to downshift. You have a different type of son here. You know, it's tough for a lot of us to realize that our kids aren't what exactly we visioned them to be when they came out the gate. It's hard. So, and a lot of times adults will have resentment. It's probably what he went through. Go ahead. Next one.
It's still continuing on the last,
go ahead.
Finish it
there's
up,
like
two lines.
There's two sentences left. Ian told him he has to relearn how to talk to him. Anissa was screaming more than Michael during this, though.
Oh, I bet.
So maybe Anissa just reminds him of his dad, too.
It must have been a lot of money because you got to take that shit.
Training Anissa was easier than training
I know what
Ian.
I would have said. I need to really talk to somebody, and she's screaming, I will break both your jaws right now. Shut the fuck up. No, but I probably needed the money.
So apparently, training Anissa was easier than training Ian. Anissa was more athletic.
And I saw videos. I went to Anissa's site. She's quite athletic. That's not exaggerated. That's one of the reasons I kind of believe, because it lined up what I saw. She's pretty athletic, like no joke.
Yeah, she played like track or something.
Yeah, she actually still has the clip of her boxing that same guy that snitched on her yesterday. I think she said she played hockey. I don't know if she could possibly fucking believe her, but yeah, she's quite graceful. Not like the best women's athlete I've ever seen, but pretty good, you know. And him, he never played soccer or baseball, or his dad's like, yeah, such a pussy. And he's got to get his shit pushed in, get yelled at. It's great. Oh, as an ex-soldier, ex-army, ex-basic training, it's so funny to me. Next.
Anissa got whacked once and said she had a concussion on the spot. When she saw a doctor, she told the doctor the whole list of concussion symptoms. So, of course, she got diagnosed with one. But Ian told Michael that she was a hypochondriac on the side. Ian straight up says she self-diagnosed herself and would be fine. Kate agrees that Anissa is a liar.
Oh.
How Blaxian of them.
Yeah.
Another nut. Another guy incapable of any kind of empathy. Go ahead, next.
One of the best weeks they had in training was when Anissa flew out somewhere else.
The best week of his marriage.
Yeah, they were like talking about that. Ian was like more friendly. He was talking more to his sparring partners. He was like nicer and stuff.
You know what the best thing is?
Like, he was not
the best thing is? He knows all the. If let's pretend all this is true, and he probably still doesn't realize it.
Yeah,
really.
He's too blinded. Yeah.
He married a narcissist, and he's going to reap the benefits of that for years to come until she gets bored and starts fucking some other guy if she isn't already. Go ahead.
So this is an editor's note from the guy, and it's from the memory. This was to visit her family in Canada. For the visit.
By the way, I gotta interrupt
Ian
you.
was asked.
Being a good husband does not mean laying down. It doesn't mean bullying your wife or your girlfriend either. It means standing up for yourself when you see when you say and I don't know, you're probably the best wife in the world, and you're still gonna have to stand up to her on something eventually. It's a partnership, not a dictatorship. I've had to stand up for my wife before, and I love her very much. And you know what? She's had to do it for me, and I'm going, you're right, I'm sorry. But if I'm just doing that all the time, yeah, there's something very wrong with this relationship. I've had to do it. I've had to say I'm sorry. Holy shit, because I thought it was the right fucking thing to do. And I've had to say, no, sit down. I'm going out. I'm getting fucked up, and I'm going to come out and fucking piss on the porch. Go ahead.
Let's see. Ian was asked how he gained weight for Creator Clash, and Anissa said it's because she studied kinesiology. Someone else made...
It sounds like some Jen 6 and fucking friend you were talking about. Go ahead.
Someone else made the program, though. Kate and Michael said this was because they never wanted to shout out anyone. Kate thinks Anissa is calling the shots. Michael agrees, but says he allows it. Kate says he enjoys it. Michael used to feel bad for Ian. His tipping point is when Michael had to ask them about the gala.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
I'm on Michael's side on that one. Yeah.
I totally am too. I'm just saying there's probably gonna be some. You know what's gonna happen if they bullshit one fucking thing? Somebody's gonna find it.
Yeah, it all falls apart.
Yeah, you know what I mean? I'm just waiting for that. Because like I said, I talked to this big YouTuber last night. He said, like, what do you think they exaggerated? I was like, law of averages. I was like, what are you talking about? I was like, law of averages says they fucking did. Even if they're honest, there's something in there that's fucking wrong. I've been doing commentary too long. You know?
I mean, like, when was CC2, CC1?
2023.
Well, like 23, I want to say like 2016 or 2017, right? For like CC1?
Oh, CC1. No.
That period of time.
It was a year between, I think it was only a year, 2022 and 2023.
Was it?
Yeah, just after COVID.
Let's see.
Only about a year apart. Maybe like 15 months or something.
2022 was the first one.
Yeah, and then the next one was 2023 because that's when I started fighting with Harley.
Yep.
All right. Yeah, but like, do you think like maybe they kind of like forgot something since then, or they kind of say, oh well?
I think
I don't know.
She
like
has narcissistic. I'm going to diagnose him because Dr. Tommy's here. I think she has narcissistic personality disorder and wants things and doesn't care what that wanting side effect or consequence means. I want that. That's what I think. And you know what? I have a feeling a lot of the girls in the audience agree with me because they've all dealt with a bitch like that before. That's how that's why it's fucked up. That's why it doesn't make sense. That's why he doesn't make sense, because he knows. And this is not the typical, you got to placate your wife on certain things, you know? I do it too. This is a lot deeper than that. This is, he runs around, is she upset? How can I keep her from getting upset? That's why she talks about his shit stains and stuff like that. You ever hear stories? Let me ask you something. You ever hear stories about these men that come back from their jobs and they just kick the shit out of their wife and their kids for no fucking reason other than they had a bad day at work? Well, this is the female version of that. That's why she does it. This is the female version of that. It's reputation and humiliation rather than whipping your monkey ass. There you go. Next one. Get to work, woman!
Calm down. Oh my goodness. So Anissa sent a picture of Ian's tongue once because they thought it'd show that he'd get strep throat. This is fucking disgusting.
I guess.
Why would you?
Because they're nuts. Keep going.
Yeah.
Anissa made him eat a bunch of shitty food before Creator Clash to make weight, so he could barely throw punches from how bad he felt.
They always fucking up for you. They always like this. Everything goes in and just one bad fucking idea after another. You know why? Because she wanted to make him that food.
Dude, she studied kinesiology, right? Yeah. She knows how to give him a good diet.
She's got a major in bitchology. Go ahead, next.
Ian and Anissa go to Denny's very regularly.
It's good for you.
You're fucking multimillionaires.
I'm the last
man.
guy in the world to say no. Denny's is great. I gotta be honest with you, especially pancakes and shit. I miss it. But
it's been a while since
bad-
I've been to Denny's. To
bad
be fair,
for
it's
you.
usually IHOP that we go to.
IHOP, yeah, IHOP.
I've been to IHOPs. Yeah,
Not in the
have
UK,
IHOP
but
every
like
year.
in
IHOPs
the
anywhere?
States.
I never liked IHOP.
No. It's in the States because it's closer to where we are than
Next.
No. Okay.
Next.
Kate instantly agreed.
I just like doing that.
If I could punch you through the screen, I would.
You're doing it fine. No, you wouldn't. You give me a big hug.
All right, Nisa, calm down.
And say thank you for paying for my wiggler. Go ahead.
Kate instantly agreed that his body odor is not good when asked. During the 2 times a day training period, he wouldn't shower in between the sessions and would stink so bad that others would make faces at them. Michael had to move him away to the corner so others couldn't smell him when training.
Ew.
Tommy C. Wiggler. I don't want to make McMahon upset that I get it with, so will not be getting a Wiggler. She will.
Well, the thing is, like, apparently there was some
Tommy C. Wiggler. We're about 8 donations away. There you go.
Wait, is it?
Yeah, I'll get it if you get that. I'll even put the money for it. Go ahead.
Guys, have an hour, you guys.
Wiggler thing.
Yeah. Then when Anissa was asked about the 300 creators in Creator Clash, she said it was mostly communists and sex workers behind the scenes.
It's not wrong. It's not wrong.
Why invite them?
Well, she probably likes commies.
Why them? I just don't understand that.
Just a bunch of whores and commies.
Yeah, man. Fucking Hassan and Denims. That's
She's
it.
right. She's right.
Just a bunch of Hassans and Denims.
I just tell you the truth. They're a bunch. It's probably a moment of fucking truthfulness, clarity, whatever you want to call it. Next.
They confirmed that most of the fans were H3 fans at Creator Clash.
Yeah, probably. Well, we kind of knew that already.
I believe that. Yeah, I believe that.
Yeah, I mean, he stopped making videos after he didn't make videos, but he stopped having a cultural impact since RiceCom. And then, do you remember he came out, was it 2020, and he challenged RiceCom to a fight out of nowhere? And I think all of us, I remember here at SFTP, the real serious fucking YouTube drama. Not as much as Queeman and all those jerk-offs, but we're pretty serious over here. But we were sitting around thinking, and we're like, this boxing thing's kind of done, except for Jake Paul, who's actually fighting professionally. Wiggle for me, Tommy. 5 more to go. I don't know.
Only 5? I thought it was 8.
It's.
I think you said 5
8 more
now,
to go.
so.
8. No, I didn't. I can't change it. 8 more to go. I misspoke. I misspoke. Go on. Keep read, woman.
So Anissa was annoyed that Michael/Kate put out a reel of them training with someone else. He called and told them that they shouldn't put out content without informing Anissa and Ian first. Neither Anissa or Ian were in the video.
That's weird. All right. Bizarre.
It's just a bit strange.
This is bizarre.
Such a controlling fucking thing, man. It's all about control.
That's what a guy does in the Ghostbuster video. Isn't that cool? I almost got
You look a bit dopey.
Yeah, I know. That's the idea. I always like doing it. I could put it on the end of my lip. And put it. I've got it's too wet.
Well, you're not doing a good job.
It's too wet now. I used to do it. I had it for a second. Go ahead.
Clip that, Lynn, please.
Go ahead.
Anissa walked up to Ian after training once and told him that he's hungry, so they left to eat. Bunch of question marks.
I am hungry. We must eat. Yeah, I don't get that one too.
A bit more context to that one. So they were trying. So Michael trainer was trying to get Ian and Anissa to kind of hang out with the other fighters, or with the other sparring partners
they were
at
never
the gym.
Going to do that.
And he said, "No, Ian is hungry. We gotta go now."
I was talking to a guy in Ian's height, right?
Yeah.
And he asked him. This wasn't just somebody thinks it's a creator at my level or lower. It's not. It's a pretty well together creator, and this person texted him and said, "Hey, I'd like you to do a show over here. See they're growing. Maybe you want to do, and maybe you want to do it." And then Ian just wrote 2 letters, no. All right. And this particular creator was like, because YouTube's full of fucking fakes and phonies and liars and people are trying to fuck you over. He was actually, and he had been dealing with that for years, thought it kind of refreshing. There was just no. And everybody he told was like, that's so weird. Like, why doesn't he give you the usual sort of like, no, I'm too busy right now. It's not something I want to be doing. I'm focusing on this, that stuff. The polite way to put somebody down. And he was like, that's why I love this guy. Thanks so much. Love this guy so much because he just said no. And I'm so sick of fucking get my ass puckered up. Why did you say no? Ian is the greatest. And then after like reading this or going through like watching the podcast with Harley and with Ethan and these 2 coaches, he realizes now the no is just the fact that Ian is a complete social retard and rude. That it wasn't refreshing. He's just a jerk off,
Yeah. And like it would be surprising if Anissa wrote that no and not Ian too. that would not shock me at all.
I think it was before her. This happened.
Before? Okay.
I'm almost sure it is. I'm like 99% sure it was before. Yeah, because he was like, he could project when he's on screen it's kind of a confidence, but deep down he's a little bitch that cries when he gets yelled at and said, "Don't talk to me like my dad. What do I do with these?"
Okay, buddy.
Wow. Better than wearing a
He's
shirt.
He's making you get the Wiggler.
Oh, well, dang, that's pretty expensive. Is he getting 3 off? Yeah, we're getting a Wiggler.
He's getting there.
You'll be paying for like what? It's about $100. So another probably cost me 30. So yeah, I'll get $60 out of this. Nice. Thank you. Very generous. Go ahead. I'm taking 34%. Actually, not. I'm taking 60.
No, you're taking like that. You're taking like that 66% basically. Yeah.
I'm taking a lot.
So.
But actually, no. I'm probably taking less because I think we're paying in dollars, right? We're paying dollars, euros, or pounds.
Yeah, I think so. I think it's dollars. Yeah.
We'll lose money if it's pounds. But go ahead.
Pretty sure it's dollars. Kate mentions that every session had to be followed up with a therapy session for him and Anissa.
Shocking.
Okay, buddy.
Final flash. Make it 2 to go. Thank you.
Hell yeah, man.
I really just started to come up with more creative ways that people give me money.
It's good fan art.
Actually, hers are gonna have giant tits. Mine's gonna have a huge penis.
You just helicopter. That's
helicopter. Yeah, we're up. Yeah, there you go.
What was it?
Fucking like flies off.
No, they lay over my head, Wiggle.
What was it? Somebody
9 1 to go.
That where he was wiggling his leg around. Someone said nub, the other one said leg.
Yeah, maybe we'll do a Matt one next time. Thanks for the help. No, thank you, Brain Droid. I appreciate you. Like, that's really, really super generous of you.
One away.
I mean,
one away.
Yeah, one away. You don't have to put the last one. Jesus. Somebody else help out. All right, let's stop fundraising like it's goddamn Creator Crash. Read the next one, winch. Read the next one, winch.
Like not going
there it is.
Guys, come on.
Told my bank it's not fraud or doing. Thank you. Appreciate it. We're getting the Tommy C. Wiggler on the way.
We need a new goal.
But let me tell you something. You're going to have to explain yourself to McMahon after this. It wasn't my choice. I didn't want a Wiggler.
Yes, you did. I've got a clip of it.
No, I just wanted to. I say things in the moment. I don't believe them. But I want to know. I want to know. Yeah, like I say something because I think it's going to be funny. I don't necessarily believe it. Yeah. But I'll say it's full of shit. But it's done, and now I want it, and the fans want it. So I don't know why they like it. I hate it. But at least it'll piss off McMahon. So you believe it? He stole from Tom Wanda.
Dude, you should do like a rape review segment next. That should be the next fundraiser. It should be called like Extreme Rape
Extreme
Review.
Ultimate Rape Review. That's what I'm doing next. EURR. There you go.
The ultimate rape review machine.
Extreme Ultimate Rape Review. Yeah, that's what we're gonna do. All right.
Retro
Next
Rape
one.
Review.
Retro. Oh, yeah, because I'm old, right? Retro Rape Review.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or,
We're doing Retro Rape Review.
Triple R.
Today on Retro Rape Review. Here, I got one for you. Today on Retro Rape Review. The Central Park Jogger. You know,
Ted Bundy, did he do
it? Ted Bundy's first victim. What kind of?
She's dead.
Where on the rape scale do you think it lands? Put a like below in the number, right? That's next time on Retro Rape Review.
Smash that like button if you're pro rape.
Yeah, mine's RRR, triple R. Yeah, ultimate rape review, Deutsche Retro Boogaloo. That's too funny. All right, keep reading them there, Janie.
Yep. Anissa tried to put on music at the gym for an hour. A coach said she'd take her off the gym music, and she got offended. Michael said it wasn't really gym music, and it was quote-unquote 12-year-old girl emo music.
You don't say. Actually,
I never would have guessed.
I discovered a band because of her. I can't remember. They did the Punk Tactic song, Brie, and something. It's like a Beastie Boys knockoff group.
Oh,
They're
fuck.
great.
Yeah.
I fucking love those guys.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
I don't regret that at all. I thought she might have had good taste in music because those guys are awesome. I mean, she said, like, I'm glad these guys are, like, this kind of hip-hop's coming back. I agree. But the rest of it's, she's 30 years old. Listen to
That was from her?
shit.
Fuck, man.
Yeah, I got that from her. So you like those guys, too? It's awesome.
Yeah, I fucking love those guys.
I'll give her that. Keep it going.
Yeah. So this was in a 4 to 5K square foot gym, and they all got forced to listen to her shitty ass music.
I bet.
After that, she left and went to go cry in the car. Next day, when they came to the train,
She has not heard no very much in her life. And if I had to bet, the way her mother acted with Froggy Fresh, she reinforced that her daughter is not to hear no. Good luck, you. Next.
So next day when they came to train, they told Kate they don't know how she could date Michael since he doesn't respect women. Your chat just got shut off, FYI.
Oh, wow. I mean, he doesn't respect women.
That's her fucking husband,
That's
man.
her fucking
Come on.
husband.
You can't say that.
Jesus Christ. That's none of your fucking business.
Oh, because he's...
But you know what? She's probably used to turning people fucking on to this bullshit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And she's used to it working. No one ever says, hey, Anissa, fuck the fuck off. And you take somebody like Rusty Cage, who apparently she kind of shit on him, and he kind of backed down a little bit. Nobody's, you can kiss my ass. If your husband wants to do something about it, bring him over here. No one's done that to her because she hangs out in a group in an area where there's one guy in the room. Unless maybe it's like donut operator or Tactone or whatever, who's leading the revolution. I guess he finally got banned for something.
Yeah. Something about OnlyFans girls.
OnlyFans.
And commies.
Yeah. Commies and OnlyFans girls. Yeah. He said something about the two big groups that he spoke of. Go ahead.
When asked if Anissa is anti-Semitic, Michael said it's hard to say no. After sharing that Michael's mom is half Jewish/Italian, Anissa started distancing herself.
Oh. See, that's one of those things, like, it's too vague to say for sure, but she is half Lebanese.
Well, yeah. Does she? Yeah. Come on.
The Irish.
Look at it.
I would like to tell you. You want me to tell you Ireland's dirtiest secret? As somebody of Irish descent, just like Anissa, did you know during World War II that there was a great deal of Irish that openly rooted for the Nazis? Can you guess why?
Why?
Yeah. Why would a wonderful country like Ireland actually push, like to see the Nazis succeed? Why?
Didn't like England.
Bingo. God, it took you so long. It's just to them, it was they don't
Well,
care
I was
about
waiting
the,
for Vault in my defense.
yeah.
I thought
Okay. All
I thought
right.
it was a
Fine.
question for him.
I was
Because-
going to say something like
Because they
racist.
fucking hated the English that fucking much. Now, it was only a couple years since the revolution, but that's insane. Here's another thing to add to that. Now, it wasn't all, but here's another deep, deep shame, right? A lot of guys, Ireland's not a poor country. The English were offering, a way to make a living, which is really super dangerous, by becoming a World War II British soldier, which could not have been easy. Apparently, they treated those guys that came back home like shit. It's Ireland's dirtiest secret. My personal experience, at the one fucking group that I've seen, just on average, not all Irish people, it's just the one, some of it's my family, that have said more rotten things about Jews was the Irish. If I had to count.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like she might get it on both fronts for different reasons.
Yeah, but like I'd say like we're much worse.
Oh, you're on different level.
Irish
Yeah.
is like they're like a number 2.
I'm in the League 4 German
yeah.
regional leagues. You're in fucking Champions League. You know what I mean? Yeah.
We're like in the World Cup. We fucking
You're like
won,
and you win every year, and you win every year.
Yep.
back to back. But in fairness, this is kind of one of the world's weakest criticisms. But yeah, I don't know how many. I saw just recently. The Rebel News, the Canadian news group, and I saw some Irishman tell, "Get out of my face, you dirty Jew! You deserve what you got." Whoa, he didn't give a shit, and the thing was framed to the guy from Rebel News with the glasses. The thing was framed as Ireland doesn't give a fuck anymore. And this guy was just like being anti-Semitic, like just going after this guy. And all this Jewish guy was asking him was just a couple questions on why he felt the way he felt. And basically, I felt the way he felt because I hate you. Go away. You dirty, smelly, no good bugger. Yeah, that's what it was. I got to be honest with you, I heard it a lot. I also heard the Jewish jokes. Like my grandfather used to say a lot of like jokes. They run the world. Stop saying that to Tommy. They'll put him in jail. And then he'd kind of look at me and laugh. All right, that's different, But my other grandfather, I can't even say what he used to say in front of us. Yeah, both Irish. But they're Irish American. They're Irish American in fairness, but they weren't as disconnected from Ireland as I was. All right, here we go.
Click
Next. We got a next.
one.
Okay, here we go.
Yeah. We're on the last one finally. Woo! On the Wednesday before the fight, Anissa said she, quote, had such bad anorexia she was going to die. She tells Ian that if she goes to the hospital, they're going to hold her and she'll miss the event. Kate says she has a way of downplaying Ian's big moments right before they're about to happen. I absolutely fucking believe that. I absolutely believe she gave her bad food on purpose, maybe even subconsciously on purpose. Yes, abso-fucking-lutely. Yeah, boy. I will say this, and I'm still going to make fun of him, so it's going to make me look like a big hypocrite, but I do feel bad for him. I do. I wouldn't lie. I wouldn't wish this. I would wish this on somebody, I'll be honest with you, but I wouldn't wish this on my worst enemy most of the time. Like you, Tommy.
What was that girl that her mom like try and like kind of poison her? She's like in jail. She's in jail now.
The mom's name was the mom's name was Dee Dee. Fuck. What the Dee Dee and oh god, what's the Gypsy Rose.
Yeah, Ian is pretty much just Gypsy Rose, dude.
That's what I was thinking, not gonna lie.
Yeah.
And it is Dee Dee.
Yeah, man, it's fucking nuts.
Gypsy Rose. Who's Gypsy Rose? Why am I drawing a blank?
She was the girl who had her and her boyfriend went and murdered her mom. It was the whole Munchausen syndrome by proxy. Had like all of her teeth pulled out. Had her basically confined to a wheelchair for a while. And she recently got out of jail, and then there's a whole documentary series.
Oh, she kind of beat the rap in it. She got out early, and she didn't belong that way. Right?
Yeah, she got out, yeah.
Yeah, I think we were talking about that about a year ago, weren't we? All right, keep going. Let's get this over with.
All right. Ian took the whole of November off due to Anissa's procedure to reverse her boob job.
Oh.
My ex-wife was braver when she had a fucking sister ovaries. She was like, I was trying to stay there, and she's like, go home, go to work, go. You don't have to sleep here. You don't gotta do
buddy.
it. But he's got to sit there like a fucking retard. Good for him. Go ahead. Next.
During the Froggy Fallout, they were at Michael's house, in the bedroom, reading the Twitter comments out with usernames obsessively instead of watching a fun boxing show.
Well, yeah,
it was like all the Twitter Spaces and shit with Sam Hyde, Keem, Nick, Bo Blacks.
He's sitting around. You see what they? I bet it's
They were
mostly
there.
her.
Just
I bet it's mostly her. See what they said about me. I bet he doesn't give a fuck. He must not. He must have got shit even in his height of popularity. And he probably but I guarantee this is what happened. You gotta let that stuff go. I've been getting it for years. You shut up. They can't say that. Okay.
Yeah.
And then he's got to listen to it and be a part of her narcissism. Ugh, God. Yeah, Ian's lost. Yeah. Well, no, Ethan's lost. Ethan's fucked, you know. I tell you something. Ethan is one ugly fucker, and I'd rather him be him any day of the week. That guy looks like he's improving all the time. Health-wise, really should take his diet. You know, everything. Shoot.
Yeah, Anissa believed that Sam Hyde would actually come and murder her, which is why she took so many precautions.
Oh, I see. No,
what's up, Biker? I'm coming to kill you.
Minecraft. No, in real life.
No, in real life.
Yeah, sure. No, this is
next.
I notice a lot of lefty types do this. They pretend their life's in immediate danger to justify their outrageous behavior. But just wanted to point that out. See a lot of people on that, especially women, do that. I'm very scared.
Fucking Keffels did that.
Yeah, Keffels did as well. But go ahead.
The reason they moved away from LA is because Ian had too many friends there that were quote unquote using Ian.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Michael said that Ian had no friends besides them. This is why Michael felt so bad for them.
Well, not enough to fucking not go on Ethan Klein's show.
Yeah,
yeah.
Fucking weird.
Man. You know what I mean? Like some of this has got to be bullshit. I just don't know what it is. Imagine if you're married, your first slate, and you never grew a person from a heartbreaking lessons. That's Ian. You know, Red Dog. I love my wife very much, but I met a very special girl. Not with my first lay, but she would have been like senior year of high school. If I was more mature and not such a fucking idiot, I met a good girl after her too. I could have definitely had a wonderful life with that person, you know. And I'm glad things worked out the way they did. I had to go through all those things you're talking about, but imagine your first lay is her. I mean, I think that's what more it's about. That she's just, some kind of weird sociopath, you know. You got to figure, like, they met when she was, 27? When he was, 27, 28?
I think so.
Yeah. It's his first lay. Can you imagine how lonely he must have been at that point? Lonely with all that fame? Most of the stuff that he's going through, I've seen guys go through what he went through at 16, 17, and by the time they're 18, 19, 20, the girl's gone, they split, and they're fine. You know? I bet she was terrible. I bet she was. He bitched about his dad once, and that's where she got a fucking hold of him. That's my guess. You know? Go ahead.
Next up is the week where Anissa was gone was the most normal Ian ever was.
You don't say. Keep going.
Anissa would interrupt and make him leave when he was talking with the guys post-training.
Yeah, she wasn't in charge.
When she was gone, Ian stayed another hour talking and hanging out.
I wonder what they talked about. I heard he's a really weird communicator. I would love to have been a fly on the wall and see how weird he really is. Keep going.
Anissa said she quote-unquote gifted Ian boxing. She started her speech at the CC Gala with, "When I gifted Ian boxing."
I gifted you.
What a fucking sociopath.
Bizarre. It's just a weird thing to say. I don't know, sociopathic, but whatever. I think she's a sociopath. I don't care. I don't care. I diagnosed her. Dr. Tommy. Done.
Yeah, me too, man. Volts MD.
Keep going.
Anissa used to tell her mom she was going to be with a millionaire. She told Michael and Kate this. In fact, it was one of her mom's expectations for her partner, to be with someone rich and someone within the religion.
Well, here you get the religion part. But I thought she's not a Muslim anymore. I thought she gave up Islam. I don't fuck. I can't keep track of her Islam. By the way, I'm going to stick up for her. I don't think that's a bad thing. I remember some girl back in the day at Shop on the Point, early fucking years. That's how I met Jeff, actually. There was some girl who says, when I grow up, I want to marry a Detroit Red Wing. And all these guys like, well, hashtag feminism, they shit on her. I thought it was a lousy 16-year-old girl. Lousy fucking thing to do, right? I don't think there's anything wrong with if you're a woman saying, yeah, I want this type of guy and I expect this and blah, blah, blah. I don't think anything fucking wrong with that. If that's all you're about, the same thing with a guy. If all you're about is, look, there's nothing, and it's the only thing, yeah, then you're shallow as they come. But if you want to, like, put the bar high for yourself, want a certain type of man that has a certain type of job, and you're gonna have to look past some things that are not like perfect because nobody is. Yeah, I don't think there's anything wrong with that. If you want to marry a millionaire, I want to get after you. But I would say something is like, well, if that's all you want, you might get what you want and be miserable afterwards because you didn't get to know the person at all. But yeah, if you want to shoot for the stars, lady, sure. No problem with that. I have no issue with that whatsoever. If that's all, it's the same thing with guys. I want to go with a hot girl. Well, you know what? Work real fucking hard. Go to nice places. Pull a hot chick. I'm not going to tell a girl not to fucking want that. I'm not going to tell a guy not to want that. But if that's all you are, then you're just shallow and empty and your relationship's going to follow. Am I wrong?
No.
Yeah. A lot of girls. I think setting standards high. I also think if you want, and this is a nice thing to do too, but only do it if you feel that way. If you want to give a guy a chance because he has a big heart and maybe doesn't have all the qualities you possibly dream of, yeah, give that a shot if you want to too. I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
I think that's what I did.
I wasn't into my wife till like months. I wasn't her first pick and she wasn't mine. But boy, I'm grateful I married her. Boy, I'm grateful. I'm really fucking lucky, and we're not fucking beautiful or anything else. But Jesus Christ, Tommy's doing good, and we ended up fucking putting a bunch of money down for a house, and all I got to do is like maintain over here and die. So I ain't my mistake. It was almost worth like getting divorced. Or having that first family, which seemed like the end of the fucking world. And I don't I come from a family of chaos because they all have that Celtic blood running in their veins and everybody likes to fight. To a German woman that doesn't really raise her voice that much. Not that we never yelled at each other, but it's nice not to have it for months at a time.
Yeah.
The only violent incident we have is the one where I punched the door and I felt like an idiot, I told that story.
Yeah, mop up your own blood.
And she looked at me, she was like, no! Oh, you better mop that shit up. And I do good. I'm fucking grateful. So yeah,
I was stupid.
If you want to be like my wife and give some loser a chance because they have a good heart and maybe I already kind of proved myself to be a good dad by staying here, and seeing things out. To get custody of my daughter. Yeah, that's good too. But if you also want high standards, a certain type of man, a type you want to fill, just make sure that's not all you're after. Some facsimile of that. That's my recommendation. Yeah, set your standards high. Sure, ladies. But if he's got some kind of trait that you normally would look the other way on, but there's so many other things that you like, I can see it through. You might be robbing yourself. Go ahead.
Ian claimed that his first. Yeah, Ian claimed that his first girlfriend was a single mom and didn't ever have sex with her.
Why did he tell his boxing coach that?
I don't know. That's what I want to know.
Okay, jab, right, jab, right. I used to fucking go with this single mom, and she never let me fuck her. That's crazy, Ethan. Jab, right. That's fucking funny.
Right, haymakers.
Move. 1, 2. Yeah, I was with this girl for years, and I took their kids to Dairy Queen, and I never got one lousy blowjob.
No, I bought him a McFlurry, man. Come on.
That's weird. Never slept with her. Where's Ian from? He's from California originally, because he has this southern twang in his voice. he said he's from Texas.
Yeah, he was born in San Bernardino, so.
Was he raised there?
It looks like it because he went to let's see, where's this high school?
Ian's an
Yeah,
overshare
he
like
went to,
Bobacks. Sakura, that doesn't make sense. You know, he was known for being like sort of mysterious and like no one really knew too much about him. I didn't have like anything come across my desk unless he made a content cop. And everything. When I say my desk, what these guys find and post, which I don't know I'll cover, he never came up on shit. Like nothing. Nothing until 2020. Keep going there, sweetie.
Next up is Anissa convinced him to move out of his parents' house and buy a house like a real man, or she'd
What?
break up with them.
Wait a minute, he's living with his parents? Well, he's 27. He didn't want to leave. Oh God, that's a bad sign. Yeah, that's something that yeah, she probably, she's not even wrong there. Like, you need to get the fuck out of the house and be a man. And we need to have a relationship, be together.
Yeah, that's not. That's not because I feel like
I didn't know that. I would have if I would have known that, I wouldn't have told Dave he was crazy all those years ago. If he's starting.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like I've probably done that a bit, but it's more
unless
so like,
unless he was putting just mega money away for something big. But something tells me that's not the case.
Yeah.
I think it's okay if you're if you're like, 24, 25 or something like that, and like, give me 2 more years, I'll live here, I'll fucking clean up after myself. And I just need this YouTube money and I'm going to buy something big, mom. And all right, yeah, sure. But, have to told how to do it. And you're going to want to leave one day. I don't know. Yeah, go ahead. I couldn't wait to get the fuck out.
I mean, that was.
I was there. I was there too long. I remember I was a townie, so I wasn't there with my parents longer than I wanted to be. But go ahead.
I think I was 19, so.
Yeah, but you were at college.
And I did.
Yeah, so
well, I took it.
If I was smart, had your grades, and I would have been the fuck out of there at 18. Bye, mom. Bye, dad. But I was none of those things, and I started working.
Well, I would have too, but there was COVID, and then I got appendicitis, so that was fun.
Oh, well, that's a little different. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
COVID fucked your.
So I took a year out.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah.
That's a little different.
After Creator Clash 2, Michael.
But I don't count. I don't count you living on your own as being in like an institution of college. I don't. Not until unless you work in the. I don't consider you're not really out of the total institution.
Yeah.
You're still in that life. By the way, completely normal for your situation, your age. I'm not like judging you.
Yeah.
But there should be a desire to leave the nest.
Oh, yeah.
I had the desire, just not the fucking money. But
yeah.
Go ahead.
So after Creator Clash 2, Michael asked Ian if he could help him open his own gym by signing as a guarantor. Ian said, "In no world can I help you." Kate suspects it was Anissa due to the usage of "quote unquote" "in no world."
Michael asked if he could help him open up his own gym by signing as a what is exactly a guarantor? Does that make Ethan responsible for anything?
Yeah.
Ian,
so, the only way I can explain it is in my housing situation. So I have to have a guarantor, and it's basically like if you can't put up the money, then they will put up the money.
Oh, okay, all right. In no fucking world was Ian. I'm gonna 100% stick up on it. In no world was he even mildly responsible for this. Now, he maybe should have played in the bonus and treated them better, not act like such a bitch. But to ask that's not his responsibility.
Yeah.
Next.
Yeah,
these last two are ridiculous. All right, try the last one and let's fucking end it.
All right, so the last one is Kate is a child marriage survivor who was forcefully married from 12 to 23. Anissa and Ian were well aware.
Okay.
When last year a House bill was trying to pass to ban child marriage, she reached out to Ian and Anissa asking for them to spread the word, and they left them on red.
That's nuts.
Really? Did they have an obligation to do anything? No, they don't.
Tommy.
Not unless they said they were going to do it. They got no obligation in the world. Well, God.
They go around fucking preaching about leftist fucking values.
Yeah, but
Why
I mean,
wouldn't they?
but do you ever think for a second, do you know who's taking advantage of those laws and those old laws in the States? Fucking Muslims. Because you can marry, although the reader wants to marry every kid. So why is she going to speak out against Muslims?
I mean, like, well, she was so like, I'm kind of like focused on Kate a little bit. So like, do you remember the movie Gran Torino?
Yeah, great movie.
She's pretty much like that type of Asian, the monks.
I understand. It doesn't. I don't know. I understand. Yeah. She's not. Yeah, I know what she is, but I don't know if that's their responsibility unless something was. I know it's roping me to any politics. By the way, this is something I would support without a doubt. I saw Nick. Yeah, but am I obligated to though? I mean, if you can't,
they're running a charity event.
You're concerned about you're concerned about Palestine, right? We've had this conversation before. I mean, I don't want to get involved in anything that might have any chance of getting in the hand of a terrorist. I want that to stop. I want those kids to stop dying. But I'd have to not help you and not speak out and just. But I'd tell you respectfully. I'm sorry, I can't do it. I know. Like, because the IRA used to come to New Jersey when I was a kid to go to these Irish festivals and fucking try to get money. I mean, fucking, I can't imagine. I'm sure there's plenty of Arabs fucking fleecing honest Arab Americans for the same shit and just looking for terrorism money. So if you ask me to do that, I would say absolutely not, Walt. I can't do that in good conscience for such and such a reason. I don't know if I leave you on red though.
Yeah, but like this was just to kind of pass a House bill in a court of law in the United States. It's not a link that they click on. It's not them asking for money. Yeah. It's just kind of
am I wrong?
The word.
Am I? Tommy has no fucks for child brides. I have all sorts of fucks for child bride, but I don't like this idea that you could force people to support something. That's it. If you want that, go to Queeman. I don't like. It's the principle, right? It's the principle. If you told me to fucking get something with child brides, I would do it. I'd drop everything.
The whole principle, Tommy. The whole principle of their entire.
That's different. Yeah, I'm not running around saying I'm a fucking hero.
Cancer.
Fair enough. I'm not running around saying.
So why not also support this about fucking child marriages, ending child.
I'm just, you're probably right. I'm just uncomfortable with the precedent that forces people to get involved in political or support certain things. Because if I let that principle go, just looking from my perspective, then, why don't you support this? Why don't you support that? Why don't you support this? Look, here's what I really think happened. They probably found out.
You don't need to interact with people ever.
Muhammad married Alicia at 6 and consummated. Jesus.
Muhammad married Aisha at 6 and consummated at 9. So of course I left that bitch on.
Yeah, sure. I don't know. I don't like this idea that I don't know. I don't know. It's not about child brides. It's the principle. If like I told them that I'm very concerned about trans rights issues, and they left me on red, I'll be like, fucking good. So I'm gonna say it. I'm just trying to be consistent here. Yeah,
now, if I get it, but like you're not going around preaching about
that's true.
Saving kids.
And if it needs to hurt the story,
running a charity.
She was probably, by the way, this poor girl. She was put in child marriage at 12. I think she bore 2 to 3 children about this shit before she was in her 20s. The fact that this is still illegal in America is unfucking believable. But I think there's books on the laws, A, from the 19th century, and B, they are put on just in case a 14, 15-year-old gets pregnant. Then you can marry them off because, I think it's just old laws in the books. But what that also thinks, it allows crazy fucking religions from faraway lands to basically do the crazy shit they do back home. Because some fucking crazy law on the books from 1820. It's a loophole, yeah. That's what it creates. So I wonder if she didn't say it as like, well, can we support this? Well, the Muslims are for this. Well, we can't do that. That's what I'm guys. I'm totally speculating.
I know. But like, it's just you guys run a charity event for kids. Why not also help kids with other things? It would be one thing if I just approach some random guy and tell him, hey, do this right now. End child marriages.
I want to know, is Vault beating me in this argument? I guess you're going to... one for Vault, 2 for me. I'm 2 for principle, 1 for Vault.
I'm not like arguing.
But you
about
get
principle,
where my
I'm just arguing
principles
about
from.
Context. No,
I went.
I get your
You get where my
point.
principles from. Child marriage. It's like
those ones.
Yeah, there's ones. Yeah, they're like, fuck that. I don't know. I don't want anybody. None of you guys have ever done that for me. I mean, I think we're all pretty like-minded. 3 for Made World. Thanks. Genie 1. 3 for Genie.
Yeah, that's what 3 is. I won.
So 3 is pro child marriage. Pro child marriage.
Totally. Because I was silent about it, just like a new thing.
That's nuts. Yeah. Absolutely.
It's fucking weird.
Wacky. Wow. All right,
it just shows like they're fucking spineless.
I don't know. I'm trying to be principled here, but yeah, if she asked me to do that, I'm a fucking good person. These people are nuts, you know. Where are we on that? The other one though, I don't like at all. About can you sign for my gym? No, I don't have to do that.
Yeah, that one's a little bit fishy.
It's not as fuck.
Yeah. I mean, I gotta be responsible for your fuck up if your thing doesn't go off. No, fuck that shit. That's the only really hole I saw, you know, in the in you know whatever it is the fuck they were doing.